morning. Good morning. How are you doing today? I am setting up all of my cameras right now. I do that when I get started. I set up my cameras first. So, whew, Lord have mercy. So we're gonna do that. Let me get Twitch on real fast. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Uh, how are you guys doing today? How's everybody doing? Oh my gosh, you all, I think I've shared with you that I have fibroids, and I was managing my fibroids really, really well for the longest time. And I don't know what happened, but they got really out of control this year. And so now I am having surgery tomorrow. And so I've been a little bit distracted. I've been a little bit, not feeling like myself because, who wants to go and have somebody cut on them? Not me, but I have a fibroid that is right there at my where my appendix is, and unfortunately they're saying like, hey, you don't really want to play around with your appendix, with something being next to your appendix, because, if it ends up being more, then you have not really, you know what I mean? You don't, Lord, why is my camera's being crazy today? Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I'm just sharing with y'all. I have surgery tomorrow. I'm just sharing why I have surgery and what's going on with me. All right, so I have all of my cameras locked in. Good morning, good morning, good morning. What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? What's up, Lisa? Welcome, welcome. Linda Mansfield, how you doing? Sandra Hand, what's going on with you? Welcome in, welcome in. Come on in, you guys. We are getting our thing together today. Your girl is just all, so anyway, I was just sharing with you all that I've been distracted. The last couple days, I've really been distracted because I do have surgery tomorrow. So I will not be back on. I will not be back on this week. I will be healing from my surgery, but I will be on next week. And when I come on next week, I'm probably going to have a whole different game plan. Yeah, I pull my hair together when I come on because I don't like my hair sweating and it being out. That's kind of crazy. Hey, Mochi and more, how are you doing? We are getting ready to get started in the workout today, but I wanted to go ahead and get on on time so you guys knew that I was ready spaghetti. So just give me a moment and we are getting to these kettlebells real fast. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for stopping in to the workout today. As you know, we got to zero out every day. We zero out our kettlebell. That means you got to hold down this button because the kettlebell counts for you. It counts everything for you, okay? So we're going to do that. We're going to do 120 kettlebells today, and we're going to do 1,000 steps on a Stairstepper, okay? I'm going to do our themes. I might have a similar theme or have a theme every day that's the same, and it's sort of the theme of our workout. We are starting our day with a win. For me, when I start my day exercising, I already put a W in the win column. You feel what I'm saying? All right, now you guys, make sure if you're doing the kettlebell workout, make sure you get a pair of workout gloves. Why do you want, weight gloves? Why? Because if you don't get weight gloves, on and you're lifting a kettlebell every day, it will put calluses on your hands, okay? Hey, Crystal Watson, welcome. Janet Myers, welcome. Velois or Irving, welcome, welcome in, welcome in. We're going to get started, okay? So just remember that if you decide to get you some kettlebells, or even if you're dealing with smart bells every day, that you do in fact need some type of gloves, because if you don't, you will get calluses on your hand. You will get kettlebell calluses. That's what you'll get. And so we're going to get started right now. I'm going to erase my check marks on my little board. I have a board that helps me to keep up with what I'm doing. All right, y'all. So let's go ahead and get into it. How's everybody feeling today? How are you guys feeling this morning? Sissy, how you feeling? Cozy with Kia, how you doing? How y'all doing? Local Rattle, I don't know if I read that right. Paul Mack, how are you doing? How are you doing? All right, I'm just trying to stretch my arms real fast. Let me just stretch a little bit more because I don't know, I tossed and turned. I tossed and turned last night, y'all. I tossed and turned because I had my surgery and I'm just a little bit. Crystal, hey, thank you for the #1 gifter badge. Crystal, thank you guys. Feel free to tap up the screen. The goal is to get 10,000 likes in our first 30 minutes so we can get more people to come in, okay? Because you never know. If you're a woman over 40, I am already in my 5-0s, okay? I'm already in my 5-0s, and I'm doing an anti-aging series on my page. Hey, Maddie, how are you? I'm doing a anti-aging series. I don't have no makeup on. I don't have no filters on or whatever. Y'all can see my gray popping on through, so y'all know I'm telling you the truth. But I'm doing an anti-aging series to, share different tips with people so that they can age better, okay, or whatever. So let's get it. And one of the things aging better is lifting weights every day because we're losing muscle mass, okay? All right, y'all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hinge your hips. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, okay? All right, so you have right there, we just did 20 kettlebell swings, okay? If you are new, what we do is we mix it up and we go from the kettlebell to the stair stepper. I have this little rug out here because the kettlebell, if you buy a kettlebell, it does have a little bit of oil, not a whole lot, but it has a little bit, and I don't want to get any on my rug. I need to get a new kettlebell because sometimes, like right now, I'm stepping on this thing and it's not even counting, so I have to go and push it down. I've had my kettlebell, y'all, I want to say I've had my kettlebell for probably 3 years. And so if y'all want to know the life expectancy of a kettlebell, I've had my stair stepper, y'all, for about, now it's counting, for about 3 years. The life expectancy of these things is about 3 years. I'm telling you that, it is. It doesn't cost a lot. It's like $40, but they start glitching. They start glitching after 3 years. Now, to me, if you spend $40 on a piece of equipment and it helps you keep your weight down, it saves you from going to the gym, then hey, I think it's money well spent. Like, I don't feel $40 is bad. But is this a piece of equipment? For mine does it now. I really use it. I take it outside. I do all sorts of stuff with this thing. And this thing is like, oh, girl, please, leave me alone. Now, one of the hardest things about doing kettlebells when you have stress, like right now, I've been thinking about, as I told you guys, I have my surgery tomorrow. The hardest thing for me about doing kettlebells when you have a lot on your mind is I carry stress in my shoulders and neck. And when you are lifting weights and you have stress in your shoulders and neck, that's not good. But I wanted to come on here and do some light work today because we're being consistent. We've been on here every day, every Monday through Friday. This is our 6th week. Tomorrow will be my first day off, okay, in 6 weeks, okay? But if you're somebody like me who carries a lot of stress in your shoulders and neck. Say something, you're frustrated about something, and you're carrying your stress in your shoulders and neck. Be mindful, stretch. I'm doing this thing right now where I have, when you carry your stress in your shoulders and neck, you can basically, you have knots in your shoulders and neck is basically what's happening. So I learned years ago from a massage therapist that if you push down on the knots in your neck, it will help you to sort of release the stress, okay? Yes, thunder thighs. Yes, Dre, that's me. Thunder thighs, okay? So just remember that. So if you're like me and you are, feeling, stressed out, there's this movement that you just take your finger and you just push into, and it hurts. It hurts, but you just push into this area. But once you do it and you go from the top of your neck into your base and you just go all the way around, and it will release, and already it loosened up the stress in my neck, okay? So just a thought for us. All right, we already did 20, so I don't know if any of you guys have any stress in your neck. I'm going to keep it a little bit lighter today because of that for me. I'm trying to release my thoughts on my surgery tomorrow, but it's difficult. I am not without challenge, all right? All right, y'all, let's go ahead and do 20 to 40 here of our kettlebell swings. Our goal for today is 120. All right, we're going to do 120 kettlebells, you guys. Okay, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, hinge your hips, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Okay, you guys, we quickly got to 40. Boom. We quickly got to 40, all right? So that's a blessing for us, okay? Please tap up the screen. Please tap up the screen. Tap up the screen. Tap, tap. You have people that they're on their lives and they're like, I'm going to keep running until 100,000 things. Whenever, I don't know, maybe I should do that. But that scares me. I'm like, what if the people don't tap? Like, you just going to be on that treadmill forever? Like, what's good? Have you guys seen those? It's crazy. All right. So if you don't have a kettlebell, if you don't have a stair stepper, you can run in place and copy the weight movements, okay? If you're somebody who's over 30, you've already begun to lose muscle mass, these exercises are a full body workout. So a lot of times people are like, oh, you can't lift weights every day. Well, if they're not particularly heavy, if they're not super heavy, you can. And if you know what you're doing, you're not really gonna, you're not really gonna hurt yourself. Okay, I've been doing these Monday through Friday, and this is my 6th week. I am not in any pain. I have not hurt myself at all. My biggest pain is knowing I gotta get my appendix removed and just feeling nervous about that. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in, welcome in. Tap the screen, tap up the live, you guys, so that we can get more people, because you never know who needs to get a workout where they feel like they can lose some fat and gain muscle. When you are doing the kettlebell workout, okay, say if you're, weighing yourself or whatever, for the first 4 to 5 weeks, because you are gaining muscle, your weight on the scale, doesn't move down that fast. But basically around the 5th week, where you start, I'm already down 8 pounds, where you start, your eating is better, everything is working, you start to feel it. All right? Okay. All right, you guys see I'm just throwing this 10-pound kettlebell back and forth, all right? We are now at 200. We at 200 steps on the Stairstepper, okay? Let's talk about accountability, you guys. Let's talk about accountability today. A lot of times people, when life turns out the way that it turns up, or turns out the way that it turns out, people don't like to set accountability for, like, hey, if I made this choice, then, and now this is where I'm at, then, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what happened. For me, like, say, for example, I don't know if you guys remember, there was a writer's strike years ago. And I'm a TV writer. I'm a TV writer and podcast producer. And when that strike happened or whatever, I had to make a decision. Like, was I going to, wait, until television came back in? Or like, what was I going to do? Like, what was I going to do in terms of work and making money? And I decided I was recruited for an entertainment company to write and produce like podcasts for them that we would turn into television projects, right? And so that's what I did. And so I did that, and I got through the strike, right? I got through the writer's strike or whatever. Now, as you guys know, the writer's strike is over. But being a part 3, 4, 5 of a corporation, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, it has its own pitfalls, right? So last month, they laid off like a bunch of, hey, Crispy, how you doing? I can tell your icon from where I'm sitting at. Please, thank you, girl. Welcome in, welcome in. So this last month, they closed my whole department. They're all TV writers, TV producers. They closed the department. And like, a lot of people are devastated. A lot of people are frustrated and everything. A lot of people are disappointed. 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't really feel all those things, because my thing is, when you accept a corporate job, you always have to accept it knowing that these folks don't really care about you in the end. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's sad to say people want to act like they're their best friends, but they're really not. These people who, thank you, heart me, thank you for that. Let me get off and see what's going on. Thank you. Hey, Crispy, thank you for getting the member level 10. Oh my goodness, you guys, we got 1,000 likes. Woohoo, that's my 1,000 likes dance. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for bringing some energy to the live. But a lot of times, hey, Sub-Zero BR, hey, how are you doing? How you doing? How's it going? When I'm on my Stairstepper, I can't read as far because the phone is so small. Okay, so how are you doing? How's it going? We're just working out a little bit. We already got to 40 on the kettlebells, and we're at 343. I'm gonna get to 400 right there. Hey, if you guys do not have anything, you don't want to do weights with your kettlebell, you can always just move your arms. Crispy Edge shared with me yesterday, have you guys, Dakara, what's Dakara's last name? Crispy, tell me what her last name is. Put her name in the chat if you don't mind. This young lady, and I'm going to do a video about it, because thank you, Wifey Collection. Thank you for the number 2 badge. Linda Alexander, thank you so much for coming in. Shukri, thank you so much for coming in. Y'all, thank you for liking the live. But there was this young lady. She was 19, in the Maryland area. She was 19. Her family reported her missing, and this guy, I don't know, was he in the country legally? I don't know, but they're saying that he is the one who killed her. But this is one of the things that I wanted to share about this for women, because I have a streamer friend, you guys, who ran out of gas. I mean, like, she was in the middle of the day, I want to say, and she ran out of gas. And she had to call, she had AAA or something like that. So she had to call AAA so that they could come and fill up her gas tank, okay? But women, maybe you're family never told you this. Maybe your parents never told you this. But women, this is what I'm going to tell you because I got to be the messenger on this. Do not be going to get gas at night. Do not do that. If y'all are doing that, stop it right now. Do not go and get gas at night. We assume that a gas station is a safe place. A gas station, in my opinion, is not a safe place, okay? Pick a day out of the week. Budget how much gas that you're going to use and go to that place once a week, once every 2 weeks, okay? Stuff like that. Do not, you guys. It's not safe, okay? And so this young lady was shown getting in the car with this young man, with this man or whatever, and now they have found her body. So it's a sad situation, but if we can learn from it, okay, I don't want y'all going to, I know it sounds crazy, gosh, why can't we go to the gas station, you know, at night, this and this and that? Like, again, my friend who's a streamer, her name is Zuri Star, okay? She streams a lot about Kai Cenat and DDG and Clover House and all this other stuff, okay? She's riding along, she runs out of gas, and she says, oh, well, yes, I was so busy that I didn't even look at my gas tank. You know what that is for me? And I've already told her this. I'm not talking about it. I already told her this. Unacceptable. Okay? It's unacceptable. Okay? Oh, hey, Sub-Zero from Brazil. Hey, Winter Forest. How you doing? Okay? It's unacceptable. Women, you have to look out for yourself. There's nobody coming to save us. Okay? There's nobody coming to save us. And so if we're not willing to look out for ourselves, all type of things are going to happen. Okay? All types of things are going to happen. So one of the easiest ways that you can avoid running out of gas or needing gas at night is coming up with a schedule. And that's when you go and get your gas every week, every day, or whatever, like whatever it is, okay? I go once a week or once every 2 weeks, okay? When I was going into an office, I had to go once a week. I went on Sunday morning or whatever. Mornings are typically safer to go get gas than, evenings. Why? You know, y'all know what Houdini said. Well, some of y'all do. The freaks come out at night. The freaks come out at night. Okay? So if the freaks are coming out at night, that means that anything can happen. Okay? Crispy Edge, did you put the lady's name? I don't know if I was running my mouth. Crispy Edge, put the name of the young lady if you don't mind. Put her name in there because it's Dakara or something. But I want us to say her name and I want us to remember her. Because like I said, Crispy sent me a message yesterday and I'm going to do a video about it. Yes, thank you, Dakara Thompson. Thank you. Let me pin it up here. So Dakara Thompson, you guys, that's who we're talking about. And, we're not blaming the victim at all. But I just want to say that people, we assume that the gas station is safe, and it's not safe. We don't know who's lurking at the gas station. You know what I'm saying? So like if it's when it's dark, once it starts getting dark, you don't need to be at the gas station no more. On God. That's period. That's on period right there. Like we're not doing that. All right. Yes, I'm sorry. Let me see this. Okay, let me see. Stop going to those gas stations. Go to Costco, Sam's, or Kroger. Well, you know what, Jessica Bell, that's also a good point. But in all due respect, everybody may not have a Costco that's close by or Sam's that's nearby. So go to the safest one. I do go, to your point, Jessica, I actually go to a Costco, but it's close to me. I think it's like 5 miles away from me. But those have a tendency because you're going to have somebody walking around, okay, right where the gas pumps are. Those are safer choices, okay? Those are safer choices. But it's like, when you see people loitering around, that's not your gas station. That's not your gas station. All right. Okay, so did we do 40 to 50? Or we just did 20 to 40? I don't know, but we're going 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Okay, we just did 50 on here. Let me see. I have, yes, 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 yeah. So Caves, Jessica said it's cheaper. It's true. Costco is definitely a cheaper option. Okay, I agree with that. Thank you for getting the number 2 gifter badge. Hey, Big Donna, how are you? Jessica Bell, thank you for the number 3 gifter badge. If you just joined us, we were just, lifting up Dakara. We were just lifting her up today because Dakara Thompson's a 19-year-old who went out at night to get gas, and then her family reported her missing. And now we know that they have a suspect who they believe, allegedly ended her life. And I feel like it's so important to talk about these things or what have you. Yes, so Crispy Edge is also saying, hey, it's cheaper, but about 15 miles from me. I'll pay the price near me. Exactly. Like, we have to, everybody makes a decision, for what's going to work for them. And I'm not shaming nobody. I'm not saying do it a different way. But all I'm saying is do it in the daylight. Even in a sketchy gas station, you're gonna, in light, you're safer than you are at dark. But like the way they be doing drive-bys and pew-pewing and all this other stuff, for me, I don't even want to do it. I don't want to go to the crazy gas stations. I don't even want to do that. And there's so many of them out there, and we're not safe. And if y'all ever watched an episode of Law and Order, y'all know their video ain't on. So, you know what I'm saying? If you think, oh, they're going to get the people who do something at the gas station, how? Is their video really recording? All right, y'all, let's go ahead and go from 50 to 60. I know we heavy this morning. Yes. So Crispy Edge is saying, you reminded, wait a minute, I'm going to pin this comment first of all, but I reminded my female family friends to stop getting gas at night. It's really funny. It's really something funny and something else. How you don't know what your gas station is, your gas tank is saying. My friend who, she did this thing, and I love this girl, and I'm like, what? What do you mean you ran out of gas? Like when I tell y'all my mind exploded, y'all, 50, I'm telling you, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, okay? So ladies and men, pay attention to, I gotta tell y'all, I was in Washington, D.C. I used to live in Washington, D.C., and I was doing a book signing at Howard one time. Okay, oh my God, hey Marcus, thank you so much. You guys, over here in my chat over here, Marcus says, what's good? He's saying good morning. He says he has a fitness channel with fun and unique fun workouts that you've never tried. Check it out. I'm going to check him out, you guys. Maybe we come on and Marcus has shown me something, y'all, and we'll do something else. Thank you for that, Marcus. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'm going to check you out, Marcus. I'm going to check you out. I get bored so easily. So really, I know y'all probably be like, gosh, girl, you've been doing this and you get bored easily. I do. But I was telling y'all the story. So I was at Washington, D.C. I was at Howard University, and I was doing a book signing for one of my books one time. And Howard University is not in the best area, okay? Like you got all sorts of shenanigans that's popping off. So at this time, I have a new convertible Mercedes-Benz, right? Like it's probably like a year old at this point, right? But I drive up to the Howard, to the bookstore, whatever. I'm going to sign books for 2 hours, and I'm going to be out. Now, I park directly across from the bookstore, okay? And if y'all know where Howard University bookstore there's a McDonald's right across the street from the Howard University bookstore, okay? So you guys, if anybody's familiar, Crispy Edge, you might be familiar. So I, pull in, go in, do the stuff, whatever. So maybe my book signing is like from 6 to 8, okay? So I get out or whatever, but my head is always on a swivel. Like, I'm always paying attention. That's why, like, I'll be wearing sneakers all the time. Like, I'm always paying attention, y'all. And so when I get into my car or whatever, I back up, and then as I'm pulling out, I get to like this stoplight or whatever, and like I hear like this popping sound, right? And I think it was like someone had put something down to pop my tires so that they could carjack me. Let me tell y'all what I did after that. After I heard that popping sound and that light turned green, you know what I did? I accelerated. I drove all the way home, popping or no popping of the tires, because my car was new and there was no reason, y'all, for nothing to be popping, right? Like, it was, like I said, the car was practically brand new or whatever, and it was like, you know what I mean? So it was, I bought it, I ordered it, it was brand new, okay? And so here I am, I'm leaving this book signing, and it pops off. So I was like, man, I sped up. I got on Independence Avenue. Then I got on 66 and I drove home because I lived in Northern Virginia. I drove all the way home. Let me tell you what happened the next day. I parked my car. I was glad to be home, whatever. But something in my spirit, I didn't know what it was. I just felt something was off, okay? So the next day, my husband goes downstairs or whatever. He goes out to the garage. He looks at my car. All 4 of my tires are flat, okay? All 4 of my tires are flat, all right? And this is before run flats. There was no run flats at this point, right? They probably was coming. It was probably somebody's idea, but they wasn't, so I didn't have a run flat. But you know what I did? I ran until them tires was flat. So I'm just saying, sometimes, like, stuff is happening and you gotta be paying attention or whatever. What I look like? I'm gonna stop on a road in DC where I didn't know anybody because I heard a pop in my car? Nah, I was safer just, keeping going. And, I don't recommend people, necessarily riding on their rims or whatever. And my tires went flat after the car was in the garage. But the point that I'm trying to make is that you never know, y'all. Y'all never know who's looking, who's keeping an eye on what you're doing. You have no idea. You know what I'm saying? And everybody out here, they don't mean you well. 9, 10. You know what I'm saying? Everybody out here doesn't mean you well. So it's like when it comes to your safety and being there at night and being outside at night and all of that, women, you have got to be looking out for yourself, because I'm telling you, when my husband went out to the garage and he was like, all of your tires are flat. What happened? And I was like, you know what? I think they was trying to carjack me. But I said, not today, Satan. And I kept on going. And he just shook his head, because my husband was from DC. He grew up in DC, so he knew what it was. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, we are at 800 on our Stairstepper, you guys. We just have our 5 pound. We're just doing weights on that, okay? And I'm just saying, and thinking of Dakara Thompson, we don't know what happened to that young lady, right? We don't know what happened, okay? But what we have to know and what we have to take away from these circumstances is, how can we be more safe? You know what I'm saying? And my ladies out here in the audience, thank you so much, user 8811, for getting the #2 gifter badge. Thank you, Farrah J, okay? All right, we got 2,000 likes. All right, then let me do my 2,000 like dance. All right, y'all. Now, we got the 3,000 like dance. Let me just do a hand clap. All right, thank you. All right, okay. Walk like Ronald, Ronald McDonald. Walk like Ronald, Ronald McDonald. Walk like Ronald, Ronald McDonald. That's my 3,000 like dance. Thank you. Every time we get 1,000, I'm supposed to be doing the dance. So if I'm running my mouth, I don't get to see it. But like when these types of things happen, we always have to think about our safety. And I think sometimes as women, we're not looking at the gas tank. We're not looking at the tires. We're not looking at, you know what I'm saying? And there's somebody who's looking at us, okay? And they're looking at us like a mark, okay? And so you really have to do everything that you can. I don't know. I got so many crazy stories. Y'all probably wouldn't believe it. But I had a situation one time. I was walking, I walk in the morning, so I'm doing a morning workout now, but like say I walk at this time in my life, I was walking like 11 o'clock. So I would start work, do some TV production stuff, and then I would go and I would walk around 10:30, 11 o'clock. So y'all, so boom, as they say now, so boom, I'm walking out in the morning or whatever. And so, and I'm walking in a neighborhood. So I'm in a nice area. I'm walking in this neighborhood or whatever like that. So, everything is going pretty good. All right. So I look to the side and I noticed this guy with a camera in his face, right? And he has his camera like this and it's aimed at me, right? The camera is aimed at me, right? So boom, I'm like, okay, maybe he's looking at the houses, right? Because maybe there's some houses for sale or something like that. So I keep walking and his car is like moving slowly or whatever. His car is moving slowly. So he's like in his car alongside me, right? He's in his car, y'all, alongside me and everything. And so I'm like, wait, hold on. Like this looks like this guy is following me. So I turn around because, the car has to basically, you can't turn around. You can't U-turn because you're a car. I'm just a pedestrian, so I can U-turn. So when I turn around, this black lady, and this is why we say honor black women. Y'all hear me for a moment. Y'all gonna hear me real fast with this story. So I turn around and start walking, y'all, the other way. This black woman who is behind the car rolls down her window, right? She rolls down her window and she says, ma'am, that guy has been following you since you was on such and such road, okay? Head on a swivel, right? Now I was talking to one of my friends on the phone, but I feel like I still was alert of what was going on. Again, it's bright, it's 11 o'clock, okay? It's 11 o'clock, y'all. So this dude, she's like, so I followed him. I turned around because I wanted you to be safe. You feel what I'm saying? So when everybody be trying to disrespect black women, be hating on black women, this woman didn't know me from a can of freaking paint, okay? She didn't know me. She did not know me. This lady did not know me, y'all. And she said, this guy has been following you since you was on the previous street. I didn't want nothing to happen to you, so I followed him. Let me get off the Stairstepper just for a moment so y'all see how serious I am. This black woman stopped what she was doing and said, not today, okay? And I'm like, when she tells me that, I'm shook. I'm shook because I'm like, damn, this guy was following me for a whole nother street and I didn't notice that. Like, yo, what's going on with me? Like, how do I not notice? Because I pride myself with paying attention. Thanks for the rose, Crispy Edge. So I pride myself with paying attention, okay? I pride myself with paying attention. So anyway, she tells me that and I was like, oh my God, thank you for telling me that. And so then what do I do, y'all? I break out in a sprint and I start running to, where I'm staying at. I was in this apartment, whatever. I start running, y'all. I start running, right? Because I was like, and this is why y'all be like, damn, why she up here? Why she work out every day? Because you never know when you got to break out in a freaking sprint. That's why. Okay, you never know. So anyway, long story short, y'all, I start running. I got an AirPod in my ear. And my friend is like, yo, You need to be paying attention because you don't know if this guy is not going to turn around and come look for you, right? Y'all, this is like broad freaking daylight. I BS you not. This is like 11 o'clock, y'all. This is 11 o'clock, y'all. I would not tell y'all no story. This was like 11 o'clock, y'all. So I'm like sprinting to my crib. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, hey, I can come out here and stroll, you know what I mean, another day. I'm out here, I'm going to run. So I'm running back or whatever, and every few many moments, I'm like looking back, you know what I'm saying, over my shoulder to see if anybody is following me, right? That's what I'm doing. I'm like looking back, and y'all, I'm trucking it, right? Because at this point, I'm probably 2 miles away from the crib. And I was like, again, y'all, if you can, you know, walk or whatever, if you got to be in a situation, you building up your heart rate and all that, you won't be able to run. Y'all, so I'm talking to my friend, but I'm running, right? And he was like, I'm gonna stay on the phone with you, just make sure like nothing pops off, right? So I'm like, okay, cool. Don't y'all know, probably the 5th or 6th time I look over my shoulder, this dude in this damn car comes down the road, y'all. When I tell you, this dude followed me until another neighborhood. Another neighborhood, y'all. Okay? Another neighborhood, okay? Now again, I'm out there, I'm minding my business. I'm minding my business, y'all. And this guy is following me, right? And so I'm outside, whatever, I'm on the phone, whatever. You already know I was running. So when I saw his ass come down the road or whatever, he was in like this beat up car. Like, again, listen, I ain't hating on nobody's situation or whatever, but he ain't look like no upstanding citizen to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't judging you, but then at the same time, I am judging you because you look like somebody who would do something. You feel me? So long story short, right? I noticed the guy coming down the street, right? And I'm like, and I say and I got my AirPod in, so I don't have, you know what I'm saying? I'm running or whatever like that. And so I look over my shoulders or whatever like that. And so I see this other truck, and it has this guy, like, I don't know, it wasn't cleaning service. It was like mobile mechanic or whatever. It was something like that. The guy had a pickup truck, y'all. He had a pickup truck, and he had signage on his truck, right? And he was a Latino guy. He was a Latino male, right? And he was coming down the road, and the other guy was like maybe two cars behind him. Your girl stepped in the middle of the road. I stepped in the middle of the road. I flagged down this dude who had his decal and his phone number on the side and his email, his website on the side of his vehicle. You know what I'm saying? On the side of his vehicle, y'all. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, I was like this, y'all. No BS. In the middle of the road, okay? I was like this because I had been running, and this car was still following me. I went to this guy in this pickup truck, and I was like, this dude is following me. Can you take me to my apartment? I'm just up the street, okay? I'm just up the street, right? And he was like, yeah, no problem. I got in the car, and he took me to my spot. And that guy, whatever that guy did, I don't know. But what I'm trying to say for women, and again, because we talked about the car today, like, women don't understand. You don't realize sometimes someone is out there with their eye on you and trying to have you as a mark. You know what I'm saying? And what was so crazy, I called the police on that situation, y'all. I called the popo, and I'm somebody, I carry mace with me. I carry dog spray with me. But that day, I didn't have anything. And I was like, why don't I have, you know what I'm saying? Why don't I have my stuff? Why don't I, like, I was tripping. You know what I'm saying? But like, a lot of times, again, people be like, why do you always work out? I'm already over 50. Why do you always work out? Why are you trying to be strong? Because if somebody gonna try to do something, yes, I have a fanny pack. Yes, sir, Deadpool 01. What other reasons? What other reasons did he think I was out there? Talk to me, Deadpool. What other reasons was out there. But when people be like, why do you lift weights? Why are you trying, why do you exercise all the time? Because if somebody is trying to do something with you, do something to you, you know what I'm saying? How you going to fight back if your body is weak? How you going to fight back if you don't have no core strength? And even to the pew pew comment, absolutely. I got a pew pew, but you still have to be in the frame of mind to be able to be like fight or flight. You got to have your head on a swivel. And when we're going through life distracted, your head ain't on no swivel. Just a fact. All right, y'all. I was telling my stories today, so I got. What do you think? You the one who said it, that pool. You said it. Listen, I done told the whole story. You can't explain one concept that you had? Come on, man. All right, y'all. We did our 40 to 60. We did our 40 to 60 kettlebells today. We've already done 1,100 of our stair steppers. So we doing what we gotta do, And I'm just saying, I'm just sharing with you guys, like, as women out here, we have to be strong out here. We have to try to be safe or what have you. And again, that young lady, she was 19 years old and she lost her life. She lost her life. And so we want to raise her name up and we want to be as safe as possible. And please don't, you know what I'm saying? If you're running out of gas, go to the gas station. Go to the gas station. Don't have to be somebody on the side of the road. Like, don't even play that game. If your light comes on, if your light comes on, 60. For your car, 61. 62, you got to take care of it. 63, 64, 65. And I know 66, 67. That's easier. 68, 69, 70. I know that's easier said than done. My daughter asked me recently, Mom, my business is doing well. She does celebrity photography and events. And she was like, Mom, my business is doing well. What is one of the first things I can do? And I said to her, save 25% of everything that you make. Put it in, save it, just save it. Don't even count it. If you bill somebody, $10,000, act like you only have $7,500, right? Because you never know when you need to be safe and take care of yourself, okay? Yeah, so we're gonna keep on going. We got 70 to 80. We're gonna get to 70 to 80, guys. Remember that we are lifting from our hips, so we are hinging our hips so that we have the best form today. And our theme of the day is, how are women out here? How are we staying safe? One of the things that we're talking about today, not going to the gas station at night. Okay, if you're not a woman, maybe you don't, these things don't apply to you, but women, we have to think about ways to be safe for ourselves, okay? All right, I went to a gun range, I want to say last September for one of my friend's birthday. He had a birthday party at a gun range. I was like, this is so dope. I loved it. All right, it was in South Carolina, 70, 71, 72. But why was somebody in there shooting a machine gun? No. I was like, y'all really, 73, 74, 75, y'all doing the most, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80. All right, y'all, we done did our 80. We ain't playing today, y'all. That piece says, best advice if you ever, I guess you need it, you have a PP, pew pew, use it. Fight the charges in court. I heard that. All right, Michelle T, thank you for getting the #2 gifter badge. Thank you so much for that. It's true, but you also, mentally or whatever, we just have to be having our head on a swivel, man. Like, we have to, you can't talk about it. You really have to, be about it. I moved into a new area recently, and I've been looking at self-defense classes and things like that as well. My son is actually a black belt in Taekwondo, but I've really been looking at self-defense classes as well, because I'm telling you, you can't trust the situation out there today. All right, you guys, let's do some things where we're pulling our arms here and getting some strength from working our biceps, y'all. We're just gonna do 10 on each side, just making it work. I know your girl is wound up today. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, when you do that, you are working your arm and your core. Okay, all we're doing was just pulling it up. I am already down 8 pounds, but I have to tell you guys, I have not been on my supplements for, like, I take vitamin D, which helps you lose weight, calcium, magnesium. I take a multivitamin. And I haven't been on those because I had to clear my body out for surgery. And I'm telling you, yesterday, I had cravings. In fact, I need to confess, I got an ice cream cone yesterday. Because I'm telling you, y'all, that's what I'm saying. And like those, a lot of people don't realize those supplements will help you with your cravings, okay? Oh, okay, Dad P, okay, I hear you. Yes, okay. My husband was a federal agent. He was a polygraph examiner. All right, so y'all, let's do what we gotta do on this side. We doing 10, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, you guys. All right, so Dad P, it said he's an ex-cop for about 14 years. My husband was a federal agent. He was a polygraph examiner. One of the things that he told me, one of his advice, he has passed away, but he told me, no matter what happens, never take a polygraph. So that's my gift to you all today. Do not take a polygraph. Thank you so much, Tamara Romero. Thank you for following me. I appreciate it. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and get 60 to 80. Did we do 60? I think we did 60 to 80, didn't we? I feel like we did. Somebody, Dad P, we did 60 to 80 on these kettlebell swings, didn't we? I feel like that's what we just did. All right, I'm gonna go from 80 to 100, you guys. I'm gonna go from 80 to 100. All right, we're moving along. Yes, all right. All right, let's go ahead and go 80 to 100. 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90. Okay, you guys, we got 90. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get to 100. 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100. You guys, we got to 100. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. And I think the last time I did a dance, let me do my end zone dance for our 4,000. All right, likes. And now I have to thank you, Sheaves, for following. I come on every day, Monday through Friday. Our goal is to get 120 stair steps. 1,000 stair steps. We get 1,100 stair steps, 120 of our kettlebell swings, okay? And then, of course, we have an engaging conversation. Yeah, so anyway, it's a lot, it's a lot out here trying to be safe. So we just got to keep on being safe as best we can. All right, let's get to our 100 to 120. You guys, 100 and 120. If you guys are interested in getting a kettlebell, I have them in my showcase. I like the kettlebell, y'all, because the kettlebell is a full body workout. When you're swinging it, okay, swinging it from your hips, you're working your legs, you're working your glutes, you're working your lower back, you're working your abs, okay, as well as your arms, okay? So you are getting a full body workout in, okay? So that's why you like the thing. And if you are somebody who is over 30, 30 is when you start losing muscle mass, okay? You're losing muscles, okay? And so for particularly women after 40, If you are not lifting weights and you're not naturally muscular, that's where you can pick up the fat, okay? And so that's why we come on every day, and that's why we lift weights, because we want to keep our muscle to keep our body fat down, okay? Yes, Jeffrey Williams, thank you for the number 3 gifter badge, y'all. Let's go ahead and go from 100 to 120. Again, I kept my weight a little bit less today because I have surgery tomorrow. And I was feeling so much tension. So that's the other thing I just want to say. If you feel tension, if you're somebody like me that carries stress in your shoulders, on those days, if you have the kettlebell, you should be lifting lighter. Why? Because too much weight and then you're carrying your stress up here, it can make you sort of have an injury, okay? So just be mindful of that. All right, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 120, y'all. We did it. We did 120. Whew. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. So, yes, we got it, you guys. We got our 120 kettlebells. Now, you guys know we do ab work. I switched it up. We got to do our ab work right quick. Okay. So, we're going to do our elbows, the knees real quick. Okay. We do 50 on each side. We end up doing 25, 25, 25, 25, okay? If you are new to doing elbows and knees, the reason why we do, and I don't have my water out here, I will hydrate once I get off with you guys. Make sure you are hydrating. Make sure you are hydrating throughout the day, okay? You got to hydrate, okay? Because why do you need to hydrate? Because water is hydrating your muscles, okay? And so when you're lifting and you need your muscles to recover, if you're drinking water, it's gonna go a longer way, okay? Let's elbow the knees, y'all, okay? Elbows the knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, come on, 7, 8, 9, 10, okay? All right, we're doing elbows and knees. Let me move back so my YouTube family can see me. Okay, so we got 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I love this exercise. Because it's so simple, but if you look up simple standing ab exercises, they call it something. I don't know what they call it, but I call it elbows to knees, okay? Because what you're doing is you're strengthening your core, okay? Once you get to a certain age and you start going to the doctor will ask you, do you feel like you're gonna fall? Have you fallen recently, okay? So one of the key ways of being able to help prevent yourself from falling is make your core strong, right? Because the stronger your core is, you're not going to be falling. You're not going to be so likely to fall. Y'all see all these steps and stuff like that. I don't want to be falling down the steps, right? So let's go ahead and do this, okay? All right. Okay, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, okay? And so again, if you just started this and you can't get your knee to your elbow, it's okay. Just keep going. Because I remember when I first started doing these, I could not get my elbow to my knee, okay? And within 3 days, I was like, oh, boom, 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 okay? So we want to make sure that we're doing our 50 on each side. Again, is helping us with this area to become strong, okay? Because again, the older you get, that the doctors start thinking, well, what's your equilibrium like? Okay, can you stand up? Can you walk in a straight line? All right, let's do it on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Boom, and you see it's right on the elbow. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. It's okay to take a break here and there. It's okay. All right. Okay. It's all right. The goal is just that we're going to keep going. All right. That's our goal. All right. 15, we said 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yesterday, I talked about 3 vitamins that we use that we can take to help us lose weight. And every time when I'm sharing this information, you guys, I have already looked at a medical professional. I've already looked up the research on the scientists. But in case you weren't here yesterday, we talked about vitamin D, calcium, and magnesium, okay? Those are 3. Thank you. Good morning, Renee. How you doing? Thank you for the number 3 gifter badge, okay? So vitamin D, magnesium, and calcium. A lot of people should have heard about vitamin D because they did a study years ago that people who were lower or deficient, I would say, with that vitamin D had a higher, got cancer, right? And so you probably have heard about vitamin D. But what I'm learning is that it also apparently helps you lose weight. So I don't know, but that's what I said. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and get 25 on this other side. 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, okay? All right, so vitamin D, also calcium, okay? 35, why are we worrying about calcium? We're worrying about calcium, you guys, because we want healthy, we want healthy bones. Are you serious? This daggone thing. All right. Okay. That we want healthy bones. Okay. 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. If you're somebody who suffers from cravings and doesn't take a multivitamin, I would encourage you to take a multivitamin because sometimes your multivitamin can have some of those nutrients or whatever that supplement that you're missing, it'll have that, okay? All right. So did we do 40 or 45? I don't know. 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48. Woo! Lord, this thing is hurting. 49. Woo! 50. My God. Okay. Yes, exactly. You guys, we got 50 done. Feel free to tap up the screen, you guys. Tap up the screen. Comments are great. Tapping is great too. All right, so we did 50 on this side. We got to do 50 on the other side, okay? We have to do 50 on the other side. And again, we do our core exercises as well, even though the kettlebell workout is a full body workout. And then we're doing the Stairstepper while carrying weights, while moving weights around. That is strengthening our core. So if you come on with me Monday to Friday, we are going to be working a full body, okay? All right, y'all, we're going to get these 25 on this other side, and then we'll be able to call it a day. Please, if you guys pray for me tomorrow around 7:30. I have my surgery, okay, for my appendix. As I think I shared with you, I had some fibroids that pushed up against my appendix. The doctors can't really see what's going on. They want to make sure I don't have any issues, so we have elected to remove my appendix. So I need some prayers tomorrow. So everybody who, you know, people, my YouTube family, my Twitch family, my TikTok family, I need you guys to, if you pray, say some prayers for your girl so I can get on through and heal so I can come back. I will not likely be on. I will not be on tomorrow morning at my 8:30 time because I will be recovering from surgery, God willing, and the creek don't rise. All right, y'all, let's get this 25 coming in. 25, woo, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, woo, 38, 39, 40. Woo! All right, y'all. So that's 40. Let's go ahead and get the other 10. Hey, thank you, Godspeed, Deb P. Thank you so much, Maui in Paris. Thank you for the number 2 gifter badge. Thank you for that. We got 10 more. Oh my gosh, these things, they don't look like much, but I'm telling y'all try 50 on each side and you ain't been doing it. You'll see. Y'all see what I'm talking about. All right. Let's do 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. All right, y'all. So we just did 50 on each side, okay? Yes. Well, I'm older than 50, Dead P. I have already crossed over into the 50 land. I am Gen X. My birthday is next month, so I will be even older than I am today. All right? So you guys make sure you are stretching, make sure that you are getting yourself together, okay? And like I said, women, our theme for today was thinking about ways that we as women can be safer. We are not going to gas stations at night. We are going to safer locations to get gas. We are paying attention. We are not running out of gas, you guys. If we could just do those three things, okay? If we can just do those three things, okay, we will be in a good spot, right? Because I think a lot of times I had an old car, and my dad made me know how to change the oil, lift the hood up, like all the things, right? And I know everybody doesn't have that experience, but I'm saying don't be afraid to be looking at your gauges in your car, okay? You know what I'm saying? Don't be afraid to do that. And y'all, we're gonna have us a good day, the good rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching. If you tap the screen, thank you so much for your taps or what have you. And come back again. I might be on a Thursday, depending on how I feel. My doctor said I can't lift weights for 2 weeks, so we got to figure out what we're going to do. But I think I'm going to switch it for those 2 weeks. And do some teaching and things like that regarding like the different supplements to help me grow old gracefully. I am actually 54. And so I use a lot of different supplements for skin health, muscles, just all sorts of things that I feel have helped me. Probiotics, different types of tea, different types of teas, things like that. And I want to share some of that stuff with you. Thank you so much, Maui and Paris. So I want to start sharing that with the workout. So we will not be lifting, which you all know is going to be hard because I like it. It helps me because when I don't lift, your girl will blow up like a Goodyear blimp, I'm telling you. So thank you all for that. And let's go over supplements. Thank you so much, Short Time. Thank you so much for saying that, because I was like, I didn't know what I was gonna do, but I ordered me a board. You know how they be like, all right, y'all, and write this down, and it's a dry erase board. I ordered one, so I'm gonna have one for tomorrow. So you guys come in at 8:30. Don't be late. And I will see you next time. Okay. And again, if y'all pray for your girl tomorrow. I will be in surgery tomorrow around like 7 o'clock, 7:30-ish time. So if y'all are up and praying and believe in prayer, pray for me, because I am a nervous surgery person. My last surgery was a C-section many years ago. And so that turned out okay, but we just, you know what I mean? I don't never take it for granted. All right. So thank you so much, y'all, and have a great day.